Are we live?
It seems to be, yeah.
Yeah.
So
We are live today. That is,
okay.
we are live, not like yesterday.
So, can I just ask you a question right off the bat?
100%. Let's go.
Are marital aids gluten free? Sorry, moving on.
I would hope so. You wanted to get that in there. I should rephrase that. You wanted to. All righty. So, all right.
There's the tone established.
All right. Let's start again. Is this thing on? Are we live? Yeah, we're live. Okay.
Cool.
Hey, we're not even doing that yet. We're not even doing that yet.
We broke the show. Broke the show.
Yeah. Broke the show.
Anyway, hey, everybody.
Oh. All right. How's your last 24 hours been since the last time we sat down and spoke?
Yeah, very good, very good. Work was a lot easier than I had anticipated, so that's good news. Wasn't as long a day as I thought it was going to be, so that's okay. And there's been some interesting World Cup results in the last 24 hours as well. So Germany got knocked out, the Netherlands got knocked out. Neither team is used to getting knocked out so early in the tournament. So
that's fun.
Interesting times.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Just thought of something. We started. Hang on. Be right back.
Yeah, go for it. Yeah, no worries. Okay, so as Deej leaves the room, I take complete control. So feel free to ask me anything you like. Oh, Dom, I see you're in the chat. You're going to definitely want to stick around. There is a movie we're going to talk about tonight that we were heavily hinting at during the Takeover Tuesday today. And I think I've seen it because of you and something you said about it. So definitely hang around, buddy. Yeah. And I think we are in agreement in terms of what you said about it.
And I'm back.
He's back. You all right? Sorted?
All sorted. Yep.
No, good.
Yep. All right.
But yeah, no, all good. So yeah, fine. How about your last 24 hours?
Good. Very yeah, good. Busy, running around. Lots of running around.
Oh yeah. And it's hot on the East Coast then.
Yeah, it's ramping up. It's ramping up pretty good. Yesterday was probably the coolest day of the week. Today, obviously a little warmer. Tomorrow into the 90s, hundreds on Thursday and Friday. So, Yep, gonna get to work, get my stuff done, and get out before the high heat hits. So, start early in the morning.
Can you start whenever you want? Then can you get to the dealership at like 5 a.m. and go right?
No, as soon as service opens, like the places I go to have big service departments. They usually open at 7.
Oh, okay.
So I can get there. I'll probably get there around 7, 8. I would probably get there around 8.
Oh, okay.
I don't, set up, get my stuff done, and if I'm out of there by noon, if I can bang out a bunch of stuff, I won't spend the whole day. But
yeah, that's fair enough.
Things move faster that early too, because you don't have people coming and grabbing the cars. Like I can go there. I'd start at, say I started at 9. I'd be like 9 to like 3 is equal to like 8 to 12.
Yeah.
Because around 11, the salesman is like, can I take this car? Okay. Yeah. But some stuff slows you down, but anything to beat the heat. Yep.
Yeah, it's the last thing you want. Absolutely. Yeah, it's not. Not cool working. I mean, it's outside in a nice day, lovely.
Oh,
but
yeah.
if it gets to that position, that point where it just tips over into stifling heat, that's when it's no longer a joke.
No.
So yeah, does the humidity affect the paint drying as well? Does it delay the time it takes to dry?
No, not much. No, not much. Because when we have, like, if you have it, where humidity can hurt you is during like the fall. If you get like a real humid day and the paint hasn't cured by the time it gets dark, the humidity will actually it doesn't bake out of the paint. Right, because the way the paints work is the solvent, it's not water-based, it's all solvent-based. So the solvent evaporates away. Any moisture that's in there would evaporate out with it. Same as water-based. It's like water is just the catalyst, right? It's what makes it a liquid form, and then it evaporates away. So leaving you the hard shell of paint. So But yeah, no, that stuff doesn't bother me. My biggest problem is I can't do anything that faces the sun, because it, like, if the bumper's facing the sun, the clear coat, when I go to put it, it won't dry. It won't look shiny. It'll crystallize right there, and like, yeah, get really bad, like lizard skin. It's gross. So
yeah, that's not what you want. Okay,
No.
well, fair enough. Well,
Yeah.
but it's cool if you get in there, get done, get away, then you've got more time in the theater or in the
Yeah.
house, either way.
Yeah, get back into, and that's the thing. Once you start outside, anybody knows that works outside for a living. It's like, do not take a break and go inside to the cool air, because once you do, you come back out, it's all done. You're done. Because I could start the day, even like I say, I try to get to work early and get out by noon. But there's been times when, and it could happen to me tomorrow, where they give you more cars and I don't get out until my normal time. But if I start early and gradually deal with the heat as the day goes on, it's still hot. Don't get me wrong. It's not like I'm out there going, I don't see what everybody's problem is. This is great. No, it sucks. But it's not like I'm sure, like, if you work inside all day and you go out for lunch at 1 o'clock and it's 90 degrees, you're like, because I have people come up to me and go, how do you work in this? And I'm soaked, like drenched, right, in sweat. But it's not shocking to you. You're just like, okay, whatever. It is what it is.
It's the frog in the boiling pot, isn't it? It's in the boiling water.
Yeah. I'm the frog, and I don't know I'm dying. But yeah, I'm great. I'm good with it. Look at me making money. Woohoo! He'll be dead in 10 minutes. But he thinks he's happy.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, he doesn't know we're eating his legs for dinner.
Yeah. Yeah, that's why I got little tiny frog legs too.
Well, you're wearing the green shirt. I mean, I'm just
chicken leg. Yeah, exactly. There you go. Chicken legs, frog legs, whatever.
But yeah, so we should say to people anyway in the chat that we did do a Takeover Tuesday. I think Don's aware of it. And of course, we haven't done one for a while. So yeah, we did do one yesterday for today. So it is up and out, with us responding to a constructive email that we received. And so going through that and then talking all kinds of nonsense as well about our various home theaters over the years, and then heavily teasing what we can finally talk about tonight, a movie that rocked my world and at least mildly shook yours. So that's fine.
Yeah, no, it rocked. It absolutely did. And our Takeover Tuesday, I don't want to get into it. Let's do the tease, right? For the YouTube people. I was thinking that. I think I said it. I don't know if I said it in the show or said it to you, but it's like, we do all this stuff, like this part right here for the YouTubers, right? This is the part where it's like, okay, the audio only isn't going to hear this. This is pre-show stuff. This is YouTube only stuff. And it's like, I've been thinking like, oh, what should we do? We should do some stuff for the, for the audio only to get the YouTubers to go in the other direction. Well, there you go. I forgot. We do Takeover Tuesdays. Those are typically not, recorded for YouTube. So yeah. So anybody on YouTube, it's a great discussion, inspired by a great email, and I've already gotten a bunch of comments in both directions. People agreeing, people disagreeing with the email. So yeah, it's it was fun, and it's
it was again, time flew by as it always does, and it has triggered a question, but I think I know the answer, DJ, and I think I have asked you this before, but I don't think we may not have actually asked it on the show, and if we have, it would have been a long time ago. And it grows out of the Takeover Tuesday, so people that haven't had a chance to listen to it, Rach is saying in the chat she has. Good luck, thanks, Rach. But it does grow out of that. So we were talking about, anyway, I mean, go listen to the Takeover Tuesday, but we were talking about the memorabilia and, how some people want it in the room, some don't, all that kind of thing. Now, I think I know the answer, but what would be your most special piece of memorabilia or collectible that you've ever owned, Deej? I think I know the answer, but in terms of your side of it,
the Terminator hand. The Terminator hand. It's
which came with the DVD or the Blu-ray release?
4K Blu-ray set. It was a special 4K edition that came with the arm, and that piece goes back to basically when the movie came out, and they showed it if you remember in Terminator 2, it was in that little vault, and you had to push. and then they take it and they smash it and grab it, right? But it's in that little, that when I saw that in the movie theater, I was like, that's what I want, that case. I want that displayed in my theater that way, that arm, that case. To what we were saying yesterday, right? About like how like the in-room experience is just the stuff outside, and that is something that I wanted to do. And now I will, when I eventually get the basement going and done, I will have that piece. It'll be lit that way. It'll have, but the hardest part back then was getting the arm, right? That was that. Well, I'd say that's the hardest part for me because I can build the case and stuff. But back in the 90s, those things were super expensive. Like you could get a whole at what, 800. You could get the whole,
from T800,
T800, and but just to get the arm, that was hundreds, if not $1,000 and stuff. But then they came out with that. I was like, I'm getting it. There we go, perfect. So yeah.
It was cool, and yet that is. I knew that would be your answer, but I think it's the wrong answer, Deej. I think we both know
not my
answer should be.
Yeah, thermal detonator.
Oh, of course,
my third
one of a kind.
My which is legit. It's like it was legit from Solo.
Even clicked when you tried it.
Yeah. Click. You just said click. Oh, yep.
Yeah, that's
it. And you know what's funny is when I took that room apart, I actually saved that.
Yeah,
the rock and the little piece of paper that I
wasn't it?
What did we exchange that on Twitter or something? I saw you with the thermal detonator, and I was like, I got one too. And I ran outside, and those are like they call it river stones or whatever that I had around the pool. I just grabbed one. I was like, there you go. Put it down. Perfect.
That's the right answer. You see, Jordan says in the chat. So two of his now, of course, Jordan is a real collector. So this is a question for the people in the chat as well. So it says, so two of my personal favorite memorabilia are the Blu-ray 3D Batman and Superman statue editions of, funnily enough, Batman v Superman.
There you go.
They were cool. I remember them. Yeah, I didn't get them, I don't think, but they are very, very cool pieces. That's from what I remember. Rach is saying it's a poster of Alan Rickman in Hamlet. Not strictly movie memorabilia, but memorabilia.
Well, that's movie. It's 100% movie memorabilia.
Yeah,
movie posters are movie memorabilia. Yeah, absolutely.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, no, fair enough. Yeah, I'll be curious to see what other people have got. Obviously Nelson has got loads of memorabilia, hasn't he? Which is what we were talking about last night.
He's got the Star Wars stuff. He's got the casings like John has, of Star Wars memorabilia. He's got theater ropes. He's got movie posters. He's got movie boards. He's got
some Sideshow collectible stuff as well, hasn't he? Didn't I see like Indiana Jones? Has he got an Indiana Jones one?
I believe so. Yeah. And he actually redid outside his theater too. With he went in and again, like we do, like we said yesterday, it's like we ask the question and we were always problem solving, and if there's no problem, we'll think of one and try to solve it, and it's always questioning. That's how we got to where we were, and he got to a point with his memorabilia and went in a completely different direction. Now he's into fish tanks. I believe he still has. Remember, I don't know if you guys knew that. If we said it on the show, we showed it, or Nelson. I think we might have done it on one. It's been a few years now, but he went all fish tanks. He's got like exotic fish. He's got really nice fish tank too, outside the theater.
Nemo.
Yeah, exactly. So, but that's the thing. It's like we get to a point, and it's like, why would we ever think our theaters would be like, end game theaters? You can't even end game on your memorabilia. No. It's like you get a piece and you move on to another one. It's like, doesn't mean that piece, like the T2 isn't my favorite. But it is. Yeah, that's funny.
Got it. EC3. No, I don't know the band, but he says, I caught Devo lead singer's trousers.
Oh, I know Devo.
Was this while he was on stage, or was this afterwards? Or how you spend your evening, Captain, is a matter for you.
I want to know why you caught him. I could have seen it. They could have been thrown at me, and I'd be like, "There they go."
Yeah,
Why am I catching that guy's pants?
that's a yeah. I mean, yeah, that's a step too far for him, I think. But Mike Piantadosi says hot toys.
Isn't it supposed to be the other way around? Aren't the girls supposed to be throwing their articles of clothing at the band, not the band?
Not the gluten-free ones.
Yeah.
They hurt. Get one of those around the head.
Oh God.
Yeah, so Mike says hot toys action figures. Which ones, Mike? Which ones? Come on, you've got to narrow that down. And then Holger says, we like Holger. Look at this. The Holy Grail from Indy 3, The Last Crusade. Let me just say this.
That's the Holy Grail.
Poorly. Yes. Oh,
that's the Holy Grail of collectibles.
Holy Grails.
Right there.
Please tell me, Holger, that when you went to pay for that, they did say you have chosen wisely.
Yeah. There's one I wanted to make, and you just put it in your theater, and because it's in Phantom Menace. In the background, if you look in some of the like in the workshop, I think it's a workshop area when they first see Anakin, and in the background, it's a trackball. You remember? You know what trackball is with the hand, the handle, and then it looks like a piece of wire, but it was black. And it's just something from like the 70s or 80s whammo trackball that you would get and play in the yard. And you could throw and curve the ball or whatever. And in the background, there's or I think it's hanging on the wall or something. It looks like a tool, but they painted it white. And that's all it is, just a trackball put up there. And you could just grab one, put it in your theater and throw it in the corner like they did in the movie. Like, I don't know. It's from Star Wars piece I got. You know, it's just a white trackball.
I got a good price from Watto.
Yeah. Well, like the and that and the bubble wrap. Remember the bubble wrap from
the seats from
Empire Strikes Back. Yeah, from the just something to, you know, add some contrasts to the scene.
I don't want to go into someone's home theater and just be sat on bubble wrap, you know. Not unless it's autographed bubble wrap.
Yeah.
So Mike says, so Iron Man, Captain America, Batman, Superman. Nice. Okay, among others. Hot Toys ones are great. Some of those are really, really cool.
Yeah.
Dan says, and of course, Dan's been, in fact, there's the picture.
Dan's been there.
Yeah. Nelson's office is full of stuff.
Yeah, that's right outside his theater, right to the, if you turn, like if what you're looking at there on Dan's icon is like to the right, take a right there, and then right by, I believe that's Dan, if I'm looking at it right. Behind Dan is the entrance to the theater. It's really nice. So you go down that.
Very cool.
Yeah, it is.
Jordan says, I've got some really cool popcorn buckets recently, if they count. Well, it's all memorabilia.
Yeah.
And I've got my Sword of Power from Masters of the Universe. Yeah, my sippy cup. I've got that down in the theater. Oh, it's so cool. Which is very cool. I'm the only one that thinks that, by the way, but it is cool. Rachel's got some stuffed minions. Fair enough. You got to have them. We got Halo Reach Legendary Edition, Jordan says. So the statue of Noble Team. I'm sure that's cool.
Yeah.
And Steve Att says, too much stuff. No place to put it. Bigger TV, cause a decorating mess.
Yeah. 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 Well, and that's the thing. It's like you get so much stuff that it's hard to, what do you replace? What do you move? It's but it's fun.
The dilemma is real. And then Wild Booker says, I just finished my basement, including dedicated theater. Nice. And looking to buy the Dark Knight Joker statue. There is, if I remember rightly, there is a Sideshow Collectibles one of that, which is like a half scale. It's like massive, but it's very cool, really detailed. I dread to think how much you'll pay for that, Wild Booker. Quite a bit, if that's the one you're thinking of. Yeah. But it is awesome.
I did back when Infinity War came out, I did the gauntlet, and I would take the store-bought one and tarn it, like, and actually distress it, and I sold those. I'd flip. I think they were they were under $100 to buy one, and I'd flip them for $350 after I did my thing on them, and it's like I sold a few of them. I think Mikey Schramm has one. He saw one in the background years ago, and I was like, there you go. And I think he has one. But I had those. If you look at my old theater, I had the two of them. I had the original one and then the Iron Man one. And I made a little display for him too, to hold it up with a plaque underneath and everything. So it looked professional. I don't even know where they are right now, in storage somewhere. I think it might be downstairs here. I don't know.
Well, I mean, I've still got loads of stuff up in the attic from the last one, which was the thinned out memorabilia theater room, but I've still got boxes of them upstairs.
Yeah.
But like I said, I've got Bill and the bride's swords from Kill Bill up there, which I had on display in the other one, but no room for that. And you know, I've got the glaive from Blade, you know, the first Blade movie, the thing that he threw. You know, I've got that, which is on a display board, which again, no place for that. I've got the leg spikes from Blade as well, no place for that. But yeah, I mean, it's hard to say for me. I mean, I do love the hockey mask and the Freddy glove from Freddy versus Jason. That's a piece that I love that thing. Because two iconic horror franchises that I love forever, and to get them both the same was just so
like
cool.
Horror.
Strangely, yes.
I got to write that down.
Yeah, and the Blade sword I like as well, and also I've got the hero sword from Sleepy Hollow, the Headless Horseman sword, the Hessian Horseman sword, which has got a cobra handle, and it's massive and it weighs a ton. It's great, and I absolutely love that thing as well. That is in the equipment room because I just couldn't bear to be apart from it. So yeah, it's very cool. It's awesome. I mean, and I think cinemas are finally waking up to this idea that there are people that want to buy this crap, you know, in my view, and are prepared to pay for it, and that's a reason for people to go. I mean, the popcorn buckets at the moment is a classic example of that. Every proper movie now seems to be having them, and I mean, for better or worse, but it is something that makes you want to go to the theater. I bought the Maverick helmet, I bought the Yoshi popcorn bucket, I bought obviously the Masters of the Universe sword. You know, all those kinds of things are only available in theaters or on eBay. And you know, it's making people go. I mean, I just saw one earlier. I mean, I'm surprised Jordan hasn't already mentioned it. So have you seen the trailer to Evil Dead Burn, Deej? I can't remember if you'd seen the trailer to it. Yeah. Okay. So there's a bit in the trailer where there's a person backing away from a dishwasher. They've opened the dishwasher and they're backing away and they fall on top of knives on the dishwasher. Well, Warner's have produced it's only a promotional thing. It's a one-off. But they've produced the Evil Dead Burn dishwasher as a popcorn bucket. And when you pull the thing open, the knives are sticking up and but the thing is full of popcorn.
Yeah.
It's flipping heck. Of all things, but it's a one-off. It's a joke, really. But
yeah, it is.
It's a cool one.
It's a joke. But Dom in the chat saying there's a couple of Laserdisc and loads of movie-related Funko Pops, and Laserdiscs have become like nostalgia, like decoration. Because I know I mentioned Mikey Schramm before. He actually bought some. Never watched the Laserdisc. Didn't have a Laserdisc player. But they make nice decoration. And Nelson actually gifted me 4 laser discs that are framed and everything. Cause I liked, he had them in his theater. And I was like, I had commented on him when I saw his theater. I think I commented on him when we did his, when I featured his theater on the show. And I was like, that's an awesome idea. I'd never seen it like that. And then him and Danny Speakers met at the house, and I was showing him around the new house that I'm building. This was a while ago, like a year or so ago. And he showed up with them all wrapped up, and I was like, oh my God. And he gave them to me. I was like, I can't wait to get those up. But those are really nice too.
Deej, please tell me one of them was Judge Dredd.
No, I did see that. Somebody commented on that recently, asked me if, I don't know if it was on, I'm sorry if I forget where I saw it, but a listener asked if I'd give it another shot.
Oh yeah. I saw it in the chat. Yeah.
Was it in the chat?
Yeah, it was.
Might have been in the chat.
Would you
if I'd give it another shot, maybe. I'm not like you. I'm not like. I'm not like I'm like married to the idea of like that's it. I hated it because believe me, there's been many movies. I could think of one off the top of my head. Elf. I hated that movie.
I only seen it once. Yeah.
I saw it that one time. It's like my sister was watching my kids. This is when my kids were little when it came out. And my sister used to take them overnight just for fun. Like she'd do up their room, and she goes overboard for everything, right? She'd buy them all this stuff, and they were like decorations for the room. She did this whole thing. So we dropped them off, and on our way back, we're stopping off at the movie theater. It was obviously around Christmas time. And we went and we're like, all right. And I'm not a big Will Ferrell fan. And I'm like, all right.
Yes.
I'm not a huge fan of his. Like,
Mm.
I like his humor on it, like as a sidekick type thing.
Yeah, supporting character.
Yeah, supporting
yeah,
character.
okay.
I think he's funny, but you need to have that balance. And so I was like, and I don't know, same thing, wasn't in the mood or whatever. But I mean, neither of us liked it. And then years and years later, people telling us, you're crazy, you're crazy. And I tried it again. And I'm like, now it's one of my favorite Christmas movies. I'm like, oh my God, it's so fun. It's so like, it is fun. It is Christmassy. It is the good Christmas feel. So I was like, I don't know what I was thinking that night, but
yeah,
I was wrong.
Well, in fairness to me, there is only one that I will say categorically never again. And of course, that's the one behind both our shoulders. Yeah, no, I'm not. I'm a conscientious objector. But midway, I will see it again when I find the disc up in the attic somewhere. I will see it again, and I am curious to see it again. I may well enjoy it more, maybe. But it's just The Fifth Element is the only one where it was like no. And again, in fairness, when it props up on Twitter, which it does every now and then, you get little clips on there, and they are terrible, and it just reinforces the sheer awfulness of it. So I confidently can say I will never see that again. Never. Wild Horses won't drag me to see that again. Or Wild Book. We don't mean That Dread. That Dread's great.
That Dread's awesome.
Yeah.
No,
there's no
Judge Dredd.
Yeah, that's Stallone 95 travesty.
Oh, yeah. It's the only movie I've ever returned.
Yeah, quite. And on Laserdisc.
Yeah. Laserdisc, yeah, returned it. Demolition Man, loved it.
Yeah.
Judge Dredd?
Yeah.
Nope.
Oh, Seth Rogen said earlier this week, because this is our...
Oh my God! That's literally has got to be... Yeah. And none of them were Rocky.
Yeah, he said he could discount Rocky.
Yeah, what? And he's like... what I think he's clearly doing it to get mentioned on everything and being ridiculous. You know what I mean? It's ridiculousness. Yeah. Mm-hmm. That's all it is. It's like if you came out with like the top 100 movies of all time, and then you whittle it down and you make everybody wait, and then you get to one and it's Ishtar. You're like
Heaven's Gate.
Yeah, you're like, oh, okay, you're just trying to make everybody angry. But it's like he was like in the conversation, he's like, oh, no, it's, he's got, I take the Rockies away. That's ridiculous. I'm like, what are you talking about? And his body of work.
Winning Oscar.
Exactly.
Winning.
And then he was comparing him to like Schwarzenegger. I love them both. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah.
I mean, but are you kidding me? It's like Schwarzenegger's never made a movie. He's an actor. He's never like.
He has directed one, in fairness, but it's not one anyone knows.
Exactly.
He has actually directed.
What, a home, like a family home movie? Like,
yeah, no. It is what's it called? In fairness, it's in that article. It does
Maria, move over there by the Christmas tree. That's not directing a movie.
Get to the chopper.
Yeah.
Yeah. True. Well, he has done one, and didn't he direct an episode of Creep Show as well?
But see what I mean? It's like, we don't know, but Stallone is a writer, director, actor, Oscar winner for all of that. And it's like, yeah, and he's only made 4 good movies. What? Don't get me wrong. It's like, I mean, he has his crap, but he made a lot, and he's made a lot of great stuff. I mean, Tango and Cash, come on.
I mean, hey.
I love that movie.
I do too. I
love that movie.
To this day, I still regularly refer to people as Minnie Mouse. And that's because no one yet ever has gone, that's from Tango and Cash. But I will say, oh, come on, Minnie Mouse. And and of course that's Kurt Russell saying, "Don't flatter yourself, Minnie Mouse," to Stallone.
But that's Shane,
not over here, Shane.
It's not over here.
Yeah, so Shane says, "Yeah, I'm sure Steve picked up Obsession today." Yeah, it's not come out in the UK, Shane. We've got it. We don't know, in fact, at the moment when it's going to drop digitally or physically. But I will do day one. The question, Shane, is: did you, after your amazingly rubbish cinema experience, where it was a little postage stamp in the middle of the screen? That's what I want to know. But Shane, actually, can I ask you, just because Shane is in there and is obviously listening, Have you seen, Shane? Not that we're going to talk about it.
Oh,
Lee Cronen's The Mummy. And if so, what did you think of that? That's the question for the evening. Reviewers up. See? Oh, was it of Obsession, Shane, or of The Mummy?
Yeah, it's so funny we're talking like this way. It hasn't released digitally over there because we haven't really here.
Yeah,
it dropped on Kaleidoscape today. That and Crime 101 I grabbed.
Okay.
But Obsession, is all the Dolbys, all of that. So looking forward to that.
And Shane, we talk about Lee Cronen's The Mummy. And what did you think of the home theater experience if you didn't enjoy the film? That's what I want to know, because wowzers.
Stay tuned. You'll hear.
Oh, yes. Oh, yeah, man. Man.
I already have it up and ready to go, ready to rock. It's,
Yeah, the Tom Cruise Mummy Holder is terrible, but we're talking about the Lee Cronen's The Mummy, which just hit literally, a couple of days ago. Oh, okay, yeah, all right, fair enough. Good man, Shane. Well done. There we go. Good man. Yeah, I'm
definitely interested in Shane's breakdown of that, the way he breaks down with the Trinoff. Visualizer. That's awesome for The Mummy. Yeah, we're giving away everything we're going to talk about.
Well, we'll get into that. We'll get excited. They'll have forgotten by then.
At least the audio only won't hear this part.
True. Yes, that is true. But the obsession. Yeah. I mean, as soon as it does drop, Shane, I'll get it. It's apparently Jordan was telling me in DMs earlier. It's an unrated cut. There is a more violent bit where one of the deaths is particularly brutal. But yeah, day one for me. I really enjoyed the movie. I can't wait. And there's a number of people with whom I want to watch it, knowing what it's like to get their take on it. So it's going to be all kinds of fun. See, Shane's going more Evil Dead Rise than
it's too laughable.
Yeah. Well, we'll see. We'll see. On that bombshell then. Shall we kick the tires, light the fires whilst we've got Shane in to tell us what we got wrong?
Oh, yeah. There we go. All right. Here we go. Where's that button? Where do we...
We are Brightside Theater.
Dearly beloved, we are gathered here today at the Brightside Home Theater Podcast, the multi-award-winning giving and receiving home theater podcast that's all about the experiences, the sights,
the sounds,
the scenes. The red zone is for immediate loading and unloading. The white zone now arriving at platform 2.
And on your left, you will see a dinosaur, or maybe not. You will have dinosaurs on your dinosaur tour, won't you?
There will be mummies in your mummy movie.
Yeah. Oh, there weren't.
Indeed. Indeed. Which is a bit like Wolfman. We will.
It's really Lee Cronen's The Mummy. It should have been. See, we're ruining everything. It should be the Mummy. It's because that's what it was really about. Is the Mummy was horrible.
Quite. Yeah. It's
so was the daddy.
We do have to call it Lee Cronen's The Mummy,
right?
Because
they
of course,
did that on purpose.
It's not. It's not the Cruise one. It's not the Brendan Fraser one. And of course, there's a new Brendan Fraser one coming.
Perfect.
So it's really super.
I didn't like the first one.
I really liked the first one, and I like the second one, even though it's dreadful CG at the end. Third one is not good. That's the one with Jet Li in it. That's and it just goes CG stupid with Yetis and all kinds of weird stuff. But the first one is a bona fide Indiana Jones style classic. But I know you and John both dislike it with a passion, don't you?
Oh yeah,
because I really like that film. I've seen it loads of times.
I didn't walk out of that movie. I think I did buy it. It ruined me. I feel bad because I don't like. I don't like Brendan Fraser because of it. It's like
But that's his like best film.
But he was, I mean, he was awesome in Pressure.
Yes, yeah.
He was so good in that.
Yeah.
And he isn't actually, he was, you know, he's a good actor, but it's like every time I see him, all I think is that movie. And I'm like, ugh. I just remember I did not like that movie. I was like,
Quick straw poll in the chat then. So The Mummy, Brendan Fraser's The Mummy, the first one, yes or no?
yeah.
Just out of curiosity. I think most people, yeah. Two movies, fancy Dom, I think's a yes. Yeah, Rachel thinks a yes. You know, I said I really, really like it. I've seen it way too many times, but I love that film.
Yeah.
And I'm looking forward to the new one. Oh, well, because we've got to know. Fair play. He's just
There
not
we
just
go.
you. And you know, we have got that.
There we
Yeah,
go.
Rachel's a yes. Captain's a yes. Jordan's a yes. See, I'm winning.
I love how it's like, and we went over this with like Evil Dead Rise, right? Like I said, I didn't like it.
Yes.
Right. And it's like people, it's like when you get into this, it's like, and that's what's fun. It's like the idea of, like I said in Takeover Tuesday, the idea of Brightside was to like talk positively about movies people didn't like. Right. And what you found was like, when you say stuff like that, like, oh my God, I love that too. And people will come out and say that like that they liked it, because people will be quiet, because everybody, when it's like pretty much universal, like Green Lantern's a horrible movie, right? Everywhere you go, they talk about it. Ryan Reynolds hated it. They said it was awful, right? And everybody, so like the people that did enjoy it, and not saying it's a great movie, but the people that did enjoy it, they like keep quiet. And so that's why I came up with the idea of the show, right? I was like, all right, we'll talk about that. And only talk about scenes and stuff, because that's what we do. But what's funny is when you come out and say something that's contrary to like popular opinion, everybody comes out, oh my God, I liked it too. Or vice versa. Like, I hated The Godfather, right? And be like, you did? And then people will come out. And that's what's fun about the community and the support, because you'll support in both ways. But what I find interesting is when you are the person that is like odd man out, you'll be like, no, you'll get that segment that's like, no, we voted, it's great. No, it's not a vote. It's
not a democracy.
Yeah, it's my opinion doesn't change because you guys all liked it or hated it or whatever. And it is funny to see that. And then when you see other people go, oh yeah, you're right, it's not a vote, you're still allowed to hate it or like it or whatever.
Yeah. Well, what Booker says must be us guys from Mass.
Yeah. Probably.
So he's not a fan.
Yeah.
Even Mike's not a fan. See, I'm surprised, Mike. Mike, today's saying pass. I am surprised, because you strike me as a guy that's kind of into all these kind of, blockbuster movies. So I am surprised at that, but fair enough. I think I still win, but that's all good. We're in for more possible mumminess in a little while. And then Dom says Evil Dead Rise is awesome. So looking forward to Burn. Not long now, Dom.
Yeah,
next July, Thursday. Next Thursday. Yeah, it is. So yeah. Tickets already booked. So can't wait.
I can't seem to find them. I don't know how to get them.
Probably for the best.
Yeah.
Yeah, looking forward to that. Right, let me say hi to everyone in the chat then. I know we've said hi to loads of people already, but we'll just go through it quickly.
Yeah.
Let's get to
what we normally do. Get through the chat. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So sorry. So Captain is in. Was first in, although there must have been a reset because you are first in on this. So one of my dad's
Captain
movies.
was first in with Fast Forward Eats the Tape was a quote, and I said I knew right away what it was. Do you know what that one is?
Rings a bell. Can't think what it is.
Yeah.
Be Kind Rewind or.
No.
Like
It's Fast Forward Eats the Tape. Fast Forward. Who knew that? Like he gets all angry. You got. I can give you the actor.
Oh wait a minute. Oh yeah. I forgot. No, I know it. I know it.
The actor that gets angry is Bruce Willis. The one that says Fast Forward Eats the Tape was Damon Wayans.
Oh, well, it's the Last Boy Scout then.
Last Boy Scout. Remember when they put it in? It's like, and he hits Fast Forward. And he goes, no, yes. Fast Forward Eats the Tape. Oh, who knew that? Something like that. Yeah, I knew it, and I said that's why I say it in it. I'm like one of my dad's favorite movies because he loves Bruce Willis, and then with like the sarcasm and everything in that movie. But,
I think I effed a squirrel to death, but I can't remember.
Yeah.
That's great.
Oh God. There we
I'm
go.
going to take my gun and I'm going to shoot a hole in the closet door. Anything that's behind that door is
Oh
going to
my
get
God.
shot.
Yeah, that was great. That was great. Yep.
Shane Black. Shane, very cool script. Very good script. Right. Anyway, sorry. Captain's in. Hey, Captain. Van Gool's in as well. Hey, Jay. How you, buddy? Dom's in, as we know. Bonsoir, Dom. Steve At's in the chat. Mike Piantados is in, as we know. John's in. John Mensor. Hey, buddy. Holge is in as well. He of the Holy Grail. So awesome thing to have. Although presumably you could make one of those. I mean, it's just a bit of wood, isn't it? You could just
Holy
put those
Grail
on a lathe. Yeah. It's the cup of a carpenter, isn't it? So it's just a wooden cup. So you could do that. Anyway, Paul F's in as well. Hey, Paul. Good to see you, buddy. Jordan's in. Hey, Jordan. Rach is in.
Rach.
Hey, Rach. We got Wild Booker, as you know, is in as well. Hey, buddy. Jan Hextra's in, saying good greetings from Montserrat. So, hey, buddy, good to see you.
Oh, speaking of that, we'll get through the chat first.
Yeah, okay, yep. And then
you know where I'm going with that.
I do. I remember last week.
Yeah.
And then we've got Dan Carpenter is as well. Sorry, Dan, nearly missed you there, buddy. Danny Speakers.
Yeah.
Johnny Speakers is in as well. Hey, Johnny, we've got all the speakers in.
I hadn't seen that yet, but okay.
Shane's in as well. Johnny? Hey, Shane. Very controversial about the mummy. We may get to that.
Yeah.
And then we have got, I thought I saw some more as well. Oh, right now, Beth's in. Hey, Beth. Good to see you again. It's been a while. Yeah. Hey, Beth. Hey, Beth. And that seems to be it for now. Yeah. So plenty in. And again, as always, if you're in and you want to say hi, please feel free. We always like to know who's in and saying hello. So, we are here. Let's do this. So, what did you want to say about countries, Deej?
Yeah. I didn't say anything about countries. How do you know that's where I was going with that?
We're on the same
wavelength. Say
Montserrat?
I was like, Montserrat. Yeah, after last week's show. I don't know why. Oh, I know why. Because when I open the app for our show to produce the show and everything, I was like, I haven't looked at our analytics in a long time. And the last time I looked, we were in 91 countries. And I was like, that's pretty cool, right? And I'm like, all right. And then I look, and it's so much so that I remember like recently listening to Rogan, and he was talking about some stuff and how he was getting bashed by something or whatever. And he goes, hey, it might hurt me if you're going to bash me, it might hurt. He goes, but I'm number one in 91 countries. And when I heard him say that, I'm like patting myself. I'm like, we're in 91 countries. That's pretty cool. Right. Yeah, so I'm like, he's number one in 91 countries and we're in 91 countries. I'm like, that's pretty cool. But anyways, so we're that close to Joe Rogan, his podcast, right? So that we're that close, Steve, that close.
Just a matter of time.
Yeah, just a matter of time.
I mean, that time might be a couple of million years, but it's a matter of time.
It's like we're close. We're closer,
geologically speaking.
Yeah, we're closer to Elon Musk trillions.
Obviously.
But anyways, so I looked, I'm like, holy crap. I texted you right away. I'm like, 109 countries now. We are in 109 countries around the world. I'm like, what the hell? We still need Antarctica. And I made that joke to Todd because Todd was on vacation and he was transversing a continent. And I'm like, that's maybe where we got it. He might have been listening to Bryce Helmlander as he went through. So there we go. And I'm like, when are you going to Antarctica? Actually, I know I did. That's why I made the comment to Todd. I was like, where he was, we already are in that country. So I would have I said to him, I would have told you to tune in, but we're already there. So say hi to all the Brightside fans there.
They'd stop you in the street.
Yeah.
Say hello.
But yeah, so we're talking. I'm like, are you going to Antarctica anytime soon? He's not. It's very expensive.
Yeah, we'll get there. And quite chilly, I hear. So
yeah. A little bit.
But yeah, that's over 50% of the globe, though.
Yeah,
listened to this little show. Not bad, is it?
No, I know. It's 109 countries, and I did notice too. I'm not pulling it up right now, but we are more represented in Singapore than I think it's Singapore, than we are in Canada.
Come on, Canucks. Get it
Come
sorted.
on, Canada. What is going on?
Yeah,
It's
man.
like, what'd we do? Yeah, let me look. I'll look here. But yeah, 109. That was I did recheck yesterday, so I'll pull it up now while we're chatting. But that's pretty cool. That's
Yeah, man, like I said, over 50% of the globe.
Yeah,
it's I mean,
it's way over 50 because there's only like what 180 something countries. So
yeah, something like that. Yeah, I did look it up. But well, there we go.
Yeah.
We're spreading the love. There you go.
Yeah.
Of the 1% of the 1% of the 1%. And you know, that you know, 1/4 of a percent are listening
It's
around
a
the
small world, and we're like a virus. We're spreading through it.
Yeah, but we'd like to think we're a survivable one.
Yeah, I would hope so. I would hope so. Kind of ruins your listenership if you're not.
Yeah, it doesn't help, does it? Not good. All right. So, Deej, enough's enough. Without further ado, are we going to do this? Shall we do this? Come on.
Shall we do this?
So we can talk about this for the rest of the show.
Okay.
Cool.
What image do you want to? I'm just going to pull up my image because I don't
Use yours. Yeah, use yours because mine's a rental image.
Yours
so,
is all right. Here we go. It's I will make sure I get the right audio here. Here we go. Take it away.
All righty. So okay, and I owe it all to Dom.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
You hadn't heard of this before?
Oh, I had, but I hadn't seen it. And I'll tell you why. So, okay, this is Lee Cronen's The Mummy. Okay.
Yep.
Lee Cronen's previous film that he directed, Deej?
Yeah.
Evil Dead Rise.
Yeah.
So now I didn't know that. That I didn't know until after I'd seen it. But I should have known because it's like the same film and all the goodness that flows from that. Okay, so Lee Cronen's The Mummy. Now it came out in theaters. I normally like these movies. I'm the guy that went to see the Tom Cruise Mummy movie for all its huge faults.
You're the one.
Mummy film. I think I am the only one.
I haven't seen it yet, and it's like don't even try. I like Tom Cruise though.
He's good. This is the Tom Cruise movie that got away from him though. He ended up locking the director out of the editing room, and they tried to salvage it. And even Tom Cruise couldn't fix that film. The only thing I say about that movie, Tom Cruise's The Mummy, is that it is the movie, and I've said to you before, that steered me away from a projector and steered me towards getting a TV display because I wanted the full HDR. I wanted the black levels. And watching that movie in theaters, I'm thinking, I don't want, because the only projector I could have afforded at the time was about $6,000, and that was a Sony one. And that one was a sort of faux HDR. And I didn't want that. I wanted it properly. Otherwise, what was the point? And it was whilst watching that film, which clearly wasn't a very good movie, because I was thinking about my display during the film rather than but that was what pushed me in that direction, and I'm glad I did because I would have had to replace.
What movie inspired your system? Well, it was this real crappy one that got me to think about upgrading because I was thinking about upgrading instead of watching the movie.
Exactly that. So, but no, don't waste your time with it, Deej. I mean, it's the movie that brought down Universal's Dark Universe before it even got off the ground.
Yeah,
they cast it. They had everybody lined up, and then that was it. It just killed it stone dead, which is ironic when you think about it as a horror franchise. But anyway, so there it is. So okay, so that's the old one. So this is Lee Cronen's The Mummy, and I was aware when it came out in theaters that it was out. But I hadn't seen it for some reason, and this I can't quite work out. I don't know why I didn't go to see this. Somehow, I think it kind of hit, it sort of bombed, and the reviews are fairly middling on this. It's only sitting at about 50, 53 on IMDb. So it kind of hit, bombed, and then I think it went before I had a chance to see it, which is a shame. But I remember Dom saying in the chat, and it kind of just stuck in my brain. I remember him saying, saw The Mummy in theaters, didn't think much of the movie. I'm sorry, Dom, if I'm paraphrasing, and forgive me if I've got this wrong. This is how I remembered it anyway, saying, I saw the movie, I didn't think much of the movie, but it'll be an amazing home theater experience. And so that stuck with me. And I also had read some reviews saying it's ultra violent, it's really gory. So fast forward then to last Saturday morning, I think it was Saturday. Yeah, it must have been. Randomly, I went on to Apple TV. I think I was looking to see whether Masters of the Universe had dropped digitally yet. So I figured it's got to be soon. And so I went on to Apple TV, went on to the movies section, and scanning across, and there's Project Hail Mary and Mortal Kombat 2 and all that. And out of nowhere, there it was, Lee Cronin's The Mummy. And I was like, right, done. And it's like $5.99. And I was like, right, that's it. And that's 4K, Dolby Atmos, HDR, Dolby Vision as well. And obviously rental, streaming only. So all my comments now are only based on the stream, all right? It doesn't come out here on disc until the 13th of July. And I couldn't wait that long, not knowing it was available. So I go into the cinema room and I put it on. And after, I kid you not, 15, maybe 20 seconds, the first bass note hit.
Oh.
And I thought, I know exactly what I'm in for. Oh, yes. So paused it, went to the back of the theater, to the equipment room, got a popcorn bucket, Cinema George drink. I thought, if I'm seeing this like this is clearly a really cinematic movie. I'm seeing this as if I'm in the proper cinema. So did the popcorn in the microwave, filled the popcorn bucket, got the drink, sat down, started it again because I was 20 seconds in, started it again, and I was blown away by what then transpired. So the movie, as always, I mean, I should have known it was by the director of Evil Dead Rise, because this is not a mummy movie. There are very few mummies or mummy traits or anything like that really in this film. No. This is Evil Dead.
Other than the, what do they call it? Sarcophagus?
Sarcophagus, and a little bit of a pyramid as well. Yeah. Maybe, and a bit of sand. But I mean,
they didn't even wrap her in toilet paper or anything, just for fun.
Yeah, there was no shuffling. Yeah, it was nothing. Just not no. But I didn't care. I knew that it wasn't much of a mummy movie. I didn't care. I just absolutely loved Evil Dead Rise Egypt Edition. This is kind of what it was. And
so I'll push back on that. And I'll say this: it actually made more sense than Evil Dead Rise to me.
Well, yeah,
if you remember my contention with Evil Dead Rise, is I'm like, this is stupid. It doesn't make sense. Now, I'm not saying Lee Cronin's The Mummy is like grounded in like it's a documentary. No, it's stupid, but it makes sense. It's like you have to
rules, don't they?
Yeah, the you have to understand the paranormal part of this, and once if you accept that, then it's fine, right? It's like you'll follow along fine. But yes, get back. I'm sorry. Yeah. I just wanted to say. I just wanted to say that it's like, Evil Dead Rise did not make sense. You need to have seen the others, as was established. Yeah, you don't need to. The fact, if you've ever seen a mummy movie, is going to ruin it for you. It's better off that you don't.
Because it bears no real resemblance to them. So it's just awesome. It's gory. It's graphic.
Oh,
it's over the top. There are times in this where you are pushed to, the limit of what a Hollywood movie will show. And I stress that because it's not as bad as Terrifier. It doesn't go as far as When Evil Lurks, but it does show some pretty damn horrendous stuff. And there are some really gory kills.
But I think they get away with it because of the paranormal part.
Yes. Yeah.
Right. Because it's kind of like shooting a stormtrooper. You can explode, or you can blow up 1 million stormtroopers all at once, and you just killed the stormtrooper. Nobody cares. It's not. There's a separation. That's not a person. When you were back then,
True. Well, and it may well be, but I mean, it is absolutely bananas. And I think visually, it's very Evil Dead Rise. Really striking imagery. There's a number of shots in this that you're not going to forget. I mean, I lost count of the number of split diopter shots. I mean, this might as well have been called Lee Cronin's Split Diopter, not The Mummy. There's so many split diopter shots. It was crazy, but I absolutely loved it for all its flaws. And as a story, and this is where Shane, I agree with you in terms of it is silly, it is stupid. It doesn't, parents don't behave this way. People don't act this way.
No,
but this is not Lee Cronin's real mummy.
How to raise children.
This is Lee Cronin's let's just see how bonkers we could be.
Oh my God.
With this thing. And I absolutely loved it. I had a blast with it. And at the end of it, I mean, I'm like, the 13th of July can't come quick enough. And I honestly thought it was fantastic. And I know, and again, with all its flaws intact, everyone's right that says it's rubbish. I'm sure it is, but I didn't care.
Yeah.
Not one bit.
This movie here, especially for this show, for our listeners, for everybody, it's like somebody in the chat where I think I highlighted it. It's like, nope, I didn't highlight it, but sorry, I didn't highlight it. But somebody said, like, I'm buying it for the audio alone.
Yeah, it was Dom.
Was it Dom?
Yeah.
I'm buying it just for the home theater experience. Absolutely. Yeah. Absolutely. I mean, I bought Casper back in the day on Laserdisc for the home theater experience. And this is up there as home theater experience of the year. The audio, the things they do with the audio in this movie, there is a lot of use of the full room around the room. Yeah. No, I don't know. I haven't seen it, but yeah, story-wise, Shane, I'm with you. But as a home theater experience, for what they did in the room, the echoes, the voices, the sounds moving around the room, the bass, the extension. I'd love to hear Todd do that. Do an episode of Bass Hunters on this one. Yeah. There were times. Now, I don't have I'm not running subs like I did in my other theater. It was dialed in. The subs I had in my other theater, the response, everything, I could nail that down. I knew what I was getting, and I felt like it was pretty much what you would get when I went and listened to like $1 million theater, right? I would get the punch in the chest. I would get the different frequencies at the right rate. I don't have that here, but I have a great bass response here. It's just not as detailed, I feel, because I can't dial that in here. But this is what I was thinking is this is up there with potentially Lucy, with going what they do with the bass in this movie. I'd need to see it in a dialed in, bass theater. But I felt like what they did in Lucy and what they do here was really good bass wise. So
yeah, I mean, I think it is. I mean, audio is demo worthy, start to finish. This is a push play demo. Again, as I said, I mean, look, first 15 seconds.
It's the credits, the opening credits. It's like like you said, like Lee Cronin did, like he did with Evil Dead Rise. You open up that first scene with the drone and and you're like, oh, here we go. This is awesome. Well, much the same here. It's you're in for a ride, and and it has as much to do with the silence too. As I said to you earlier, I think you and I talked about it off air yesterday, but it's like what horror does and what Lee, we'll call him by his first name. What Lee does here is like, I don't think they did it in the movie. Maybe they did, but they'll take a normal everyday sound like opening a door and the turning of a doorknob, and they amplify it to like 11. Add echo and add it, and it spreads through your room, and it heightens everything about the scene, everything about it. You're like, the picture will focus in on whatever it is being heightened, right? The sound, and you're like, oh my God. And then they'll take all that sound away, and you're like, all right, what's going to happen next? And it's all of that is just playing with your emotions, and the way they do that here, it's just, I can't agree with Shane more or anybody that thinks this is a ridiculous movie, 100%. But on a ridiculous movie like this, to play with your emotions and use the video and audio to do so, because the story is just stupid, that you're like, but you're still totally engaged as a home theater fan, right?
Yeah, again, all the faults are writ large. There's no question that, again, parents don't do this. People don't do this. This isn't how an investigation works. It's not, people. None of that is realistic. But as a nuts gonzo horror movie, this is just and again, we talk about how your theater enhances the experience. I haven't watched this on my phone, my iPad, or on a little TV on 2-channel stereo TV. I saw this in a balls to the wall, Dolby Atmos, big screen, dedicated room, lights out, popcorn, drink, ready to go. And it was a fantastic experience. And so all the other problems and the issues are papered over. They disappear into insignificance when you feel as though you are in the middle of this thing. And there's overhead effects with people walking above you.
Yeah.
You know that there's a sequence where there is an attack going on right above your head upstairs in this house.
Yeah.
You can hear it, and it's moving all around the ceiling. You've got stuff going on behind you. You've got moving effects front to back. It was great. And again, the video, very detailed gore effects, that everything is suitably icky. There's a lot of body horror in this.
Yeah.
And it all looks very detailed. All the detail, the black levels, the color, everything's great. Yeah. Oh yeah.
Skin textures.
I'm only talking about the stream. I mean, God, by the way, Mike says, when's the disc release? Yeah, July 13th. Yeah, well done, Rachel. I don't know if that's in the US, mind. I expect it probably is. But all this is just based on the Apple stream. I mean, roll on the disc. I mean, it's gonna be fantastic, and I will watch it day one. I mean, there's no ifs or buts about it. I thought it was great, and literally halfway through, I'm texting you, knowing that these aren't normally your bag.
Yeah.
Texting John, just go, guys, wow.
What's funny is when you texted me, I said to you, I was like, I literally was, I had it queued up to watch on my own. I was going, and I didn't get a chance to watch it. And it was funny that you had done it. And I was like, oh my God, I was just going to watch this yesterday on my own. And you texted me, and I was like, all right, well, that's all the more reason I better get to it for this week. And it's as far as movies go, it's not my cup of tea, but as a home theater experience, and that's the point to this. It's like, clearly this is the stuff Steve loves, Steve enjoys. Story, even the story wise, everything. It's like, you'll eat this stuff up all day long, like a wolf on a grandmother,
or a scorpion.
Yeah. Oh my God. Yeah.
The crunching on that was pretty.
What the hell? When did they make houses that they had so much extra space that there was like rooms around the rooms? What the hell was that? It's like,
I wonder if that's an American thing.
I know of
thing.
No insulation. Like, I'm thinking about it, like they go into the wall space, and you're like, there you go. It's supposed to be across, and they're like running. It's like yeah. I was like, that doesn't. Well, how about you just expand the house out and make a bigger room? Like, what was that?
Can you still include that in your square footage when you come to sell it?
You probably would, because you go by the overall dimensions of the house. You don't go by that was weird. The other thing I noticed in this movie is that only in horror movies do people run away backwards. Right? Because the father in this, in one scene, he's like,
yeah, he is.
It's like, never looks over his shoulder where he's going. Never. It's like, that's it. I'm running. Like, hello, you want to take a look at like what's behind you or something? Not that anything, but it was just only in the, like, I'd be like, yeah, it was funny.
Can you guess where most of it was filmed, Deej?
Spain.
It was indeed. Yeah, it was. Yeah. Now, in fairness, I didn't twig it Spain this time. I read it on IMDb.
Yeah,
it was in Ireland and Spain.
What was that? That was Covenant, right? That you did
yeah.
That it was supposed to be Afghanistan, and it was Spain, and you were all
my back garden
bent out of shape. Yeah, that bothers you. But hey, Moonfall. Yeah, let that slide.
Yeah,
literally let that slide right by the continent. There comes the moon. Duck.
Quack.
So, and like, just to give more props to Lee Cronin's The Mummy, it's like, how everybody knows how, or if you don't, you're about to find out, but how I felt about Moonfall. And it's like, and I love his movies, right?
Yeah,
and
I
mean, he makes movies just for the home theater experience. I couldn't recommend, I like the movie. It's a great home theater experience. Great. But the movie, took me so far out, I thought that was ridiculous. Okay. This here, no. This has so much home theater experience that and it is kind of the genre. You have to entertain the paranormal with this movie. It's like, I don't understand how a mummy creates, storms, but all right. Okay.
Yeah.
There was that one story. It wasn't created by the Mummy or the kids or whatever, the paranormal. It was literally a sandstorm. And I was telling you yesterday that the audio on that was so good. The Atmos effect, the wind whipping around the room. I swear I could smell. I was like, I told Steve yesterday that I checked my vents in this room to see if it had kicked on and I was smelling something. I was like, what the? It was so well done. And the only thing I could attribute it to is how that, like, the sounds gave me the feel. It was so good. It was so, the dynamic of the wind whipping around the room gave me that, the smell, like you could smell like the sand kicking up. You could feel it. It was, really, really good. And that's early on in the movie too.
It is, yeah. Although again, as we talked about, the funny thing about that, when we talk about silliness, and this did occur to me as I was watching it, was that Jack Trainor's running through that and is not covering his eyes.
No.
He's not reacting to this sand at all.
No.
And he's calling out and shouting out, even though sand will be going in his mouth and in his eyes.
Yeah.
But no. So that was a bit weird. But no, man, I had a blast. I can't wait to see the disc. If it's any better than the stream, and of course it will be, I'll be in hog heaven. And I'm going to do a Evil Dead Rise, The Mummy, 2 for double bill.
Hog Heaven. That's the, is that the name? That's the sister store of where John went?
Yeah. Oh yeah. Again, not genetically modified. All gluten free.
Yeah.
People are wondering what the hell we're on about, Deej, but it's all good.
Yeah. Anybody wants to know what that is, email me.
Over 18s only. Yeah, it's R-rated. But yeah, no,
it literally is.
Yeah, literally, yeah. This is absolutely a no-brainer. Home theater fans don't, I say that. Home theater horror fans, because it is gory, it is graphic, and some people I can see would be like, oh no. Yeah. So home theater horror fans, just don't even worry about it. Even if you have to rent it, do what I did. If you want to, great. You will have a blast. It will blow your minds in terms of how it looks and sounds, and you might just find yourself enjoying the film because of that. And I did. But like I said, Shane and that, I get it. The reviewers mostly agree. There's your sound. Is that sand? Sounds like sand.
Yeah.
Yeah. Shane is in the majority in terms of what people think of the movie. Again, IMDb reviews are low, but for me, the experience was so good. I can forgive all manner of sins if you blow my mind with how it looks and how it sounds, and just I can go with that, and I did, and I thought it was great. And again, exactly like Evil Dead Rise. As I was typing it out, I think I put in the text, it's like Evil Dead Rise, but like with the Mummy. And of course, that's before I realized it was the same director. So yeah, very, very cool. And yes, roll on Evil Dead Burn next week. Yeah, next week. Because
did he do that one too? Did he direct?
No, it's a different. They're all different directors each time.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and as Jordan says, there is Evil Dead Wrath, which has been completed. I understand the production's completed. That's the next one, but that's set in the 70s. It's like an early 70s.
Oh, nice.
But apparently, bananas again. Each one of these seems to be pushing at the borders of what you can show. So yeah, I can't.
Yeah, I can't wait for you to see the physical release of this, because if you're going off the stream, and the streaming is really good. I mean, it's I'm sure the quality that you had, I didn't compare this one, but the graphicness of the horror, there's just like, I mean, when you think of like graphic horror gore, you think of wounds, not wombs, wounds, and you think of blood pouring out, you think of injuries, stuff like that, and it's like there's some stuff here that's going to make you wince and look away, and it's literally just, it's not anything like you've seen before. It's the detail that they went to. And I don't want to ruin it for people who used to do this in high school and try to duplicate what they did here. And you'd use like Elmer's glue and you'd do all this stuff. But there is so much detail that is so gross. It's just, it could be still shots, or it's not anything that's going to jump out at you. You're just going to be like, please, no, don't get closer. And they do. You're like, it's like the scene from what's her name on Second Base in League of Their Own. Like, all right, wide shot. Well, they start like that, and you're like, oh, that doesn't look good. And and you're like, oh, here we go. It's just, yeah, it's that good. It is.
Yeah, it's really, but again, that's like Evil Dead Rise as well. It's practical, not CG. There's, it's really camera goo. I keep thinking of sort of Rob Bottin's work in The Thing. That everything's got, it's like it's covered in like viscous gel, and of course when you then pair that with audio, it just feels really, really icky. And again, if you're into this kind of crap, and
I mean, for the I've never had one, but for the ladies in the chat and many men, but I mean, next time you get a pedicure, put the microphone right up to it. That's an example of that heightened audio that makes you go, I can't do this. I can't. You'd be like, oh my God, what are we doing here? And that's the graphics and how the makeup and whatever they use to do that, and then the audio along with it. If you think about what they're doing, you're getting a visceral feeling. You're like, what is going on here? And yeah.
But there is a subplot, again, not spoiling it, but just as a kind of, there's a subplot about teeth.
Yeah.
And there's a particular thing with some teeth, which again is like, which is gruesome and makes your flesh crawl, but apparently is based on a real event, according to IMDb. So it must be true.
Yeah. Yeah. You don't know what part of it's based on that, but you don't know how, right? They never give you that idea, but yeah. And it's and that's where, and if you read on IMDb, he took inspiration from Poltergeist. And I said to you yesterday, I'm like, yeah, the part of Poltergeist he took is like that joke of nobody would have all right, that's it, we're out of here. Nobody says that here. Nobody is ready to, cut their losses. It's like, you're doing this. It's like one kid's doing this, the other kid's literally doing that. You're like, oh, okay. Yeah, that's kids being kids. No, that is not kids being kids. Oh
no, man. But I'm happy to have one of these a year. It's all good. One of these kind of absolute nuts.
It was fun. Yeah. It's a blast to talk about. And as far as demo material, there's a ton of it in this.
Yeah, I mean, and again, it seems every week we talk about this is going to be in the top 10. It's going to, I mean, I don't know, we're going to really struggle this year, or at least I know I am, because I could do 15 now and we're in June.
But it is fun when we get to November, December, and you start to, the ones that your memory won't forget. Right. And it's hard. You'd be like, all right, what was it? And they do jump. And that's what, recency bias, kind of, takes over a little bit. But when you do start looking back in your notes and you go, oh my God, yeah, that's right. And the one, and I try to rewatch most of them that month in December.
Yeah, it's great.
To put it at the forefront, because we'll get stuff in November and December released, physical releases then. And you get it all. It just makes it so much fun. So, yeah.
We may need a top 50 this year, Deej.
No,
we'll have to see.
That takes away the being special of that top 10, and it's like
that is a lot of Freddy's.
Yeah, it's a lot of Freddy's. It's yeah.
So yeah, Mike says, how was the audio for Obsession?
We don't know yet.
I saw it in Atmos in the theaters. But it's not really about the audio, Mike. It's not, and neither is it really about the video either. It's in 4:3. It's not in widescreen. Obsession is all about the story, all about how it plays out, Mike. That's the opposite of The Mummy. Actually, funny enough, I would say. So that's the opposite of Lee Cronin. The Mummy is all, bang, crash, wallop, visuals, audio, all running together. Obsession strips away the explosions, the bang, crash, wallop. It strips away the flashy camera angles, and it leaves you with a dark, pitch black story that is riveting and horrible. But it's horrible in its verisimilitude and its reality.
Yeah,
That's
it's
what makes
realistic.
it horrible. Yeah, it's a ridiculous premise of careful what you wish for.
Yeah.
But it as we talked about it, but obsession is its reality. That's what's so horrific about obsession, and that's the direct opposite of The Mummy, which is look at how crazy this can be. They are diametrically opposed. Then you can't compare one to the other. So yeah, but go see it, get it, Obsession, Mike, as soon as you can. It's incredible, and be ready for very lengthy conversations afterwards with anyone who's either been through this or has experience of controlling coercive behavior, stalking, harassment, anything like that. Anyway, there we go. Sorry, sidetracked.
No. That's you're touching on a subject, and Jordan has a comment here in the chat that makes me think of a question of, so Jordan saying in the chat, he's like, Devil Wears Prada 2 has the potential to be a great looking 4K release. Say what you will about the film, but it was visually gorgeous at times. And it made me, and while we were talking about Obsession, or you were talking about Obsession, is it a home theater experience and stuff like that? And we were just talking about Lee Cronin's The Mummy and the audio and how good that was, and then the video accompanying it and how it plays in. I find, let me ask you, and I'm not saying which is more important, but do you find that a movie could be visually stunning, but we're not as apt to put it in home theater, a top 10 home theater experience based on just video alone? Meaning, like, if it had just a stunning video, but the audio was like, okay, because it doesn't really play out to that, but it's like, okay, whatever. But if it's got amazing audio and the video is just, that can end up in the running. Do you see what I mean?
Yeah,
do you feel that way? Or?
I think to be in the top 10, it's got to
need
have
it all.
Yeah, that's my view. Yeah, and I think that if it has one and not the other, it would just be forced out by all the other great stuff. If we were struggling for content, you'd have to put that in, but we're not even close. So I think that even though some of those, and I think if you looked at my top 15 from last year, not that I could remember them, but all of them, but there were definitely some between 10 and 15 that were like that, looked great or sounded great, but didn't have both, or looked great, sounded great, but I didn't like the movie because we are so lucky you can have it all.
Yeah.
And then it just becomes a degrees of greatness, doesn't it? In terms of whether it's first or second, third. Because I think we said, the first 3 or 4 last year could be interchangeable. On any given day, they could be number one, and you can't criticize it. Sinners, F1, House of Dynamite, those movies, you'd think that I just remembered them. You wouldn't think that we just looked them up last night.
Yeah.
But any one of those could have been number one because they were all good movies, looked great, sounded great.
Yeah.
So that's the thing.
But that's how you get our top 10. But as far as demo material, do you find yourself seeing demo, like video material, and going, here, this is something you can show somebody to show off your display, right? Or do you find that it's more often demo material is audio based?
Well, when I demo my cinema room, I try and demo with, again, sorry, it sounds pedantic, but with both, Pacific Rim, Fury Road, Star Trek Into Darkness, the opening sequence of that, Maverick, again, audio, video,
right?
Change it. You've got both. It would be unusual that I would go. I mean, I've got a Dolby Atmos demo disc, which has got some really cool Atmos trailers on, but I would only demo that as part of a wider demo of something else that has both. Do you see what I mean? Like, because that's a Blu-ray, but with Dolby Atmos on it, and the Atmos trailers are great. But I wouldn't just go check that out because it sounds good, looks all right, but sounds great. We can choose both. And those are the demos that I'd go to.
But I was just saying, which are you more at? If it had to be one, which would you be more apt to do? And my thing is, we're more, in my opinion, I'm more apt to show somebody something because the audio is amazing. Because everybody, especially nowadays, everybody has a decent display.
Yeah.
Right. And it's like, and it is fun. Don't get me wrong, because I've shown stuff when I had my dedicated theater with a projector, and people would be like, how do I get mine to look like that? That is pretty cool. Right. And they'll have a regular display, and this is off a projected system, and they're still asking, how do I get that? Right. They don't know how. That is fun, but you are way more apt to have people go, I don't have anything like this. And as they look around the room, and literally they're taking their eyes off the display and looking around the room for the sounds. Right. And we've all seen it and experienced that in our rooms. So it's like it's just because it's not that one's more important than the other. I just think, especially nowadays, people are more apt to have a good display at home, but they don't necessarily have the surround sound system to show that off. So that's why we're more apt to really show off the audio.
But then again, even if you've got a good display, it doesn't mean it's been calibrated properly.
No, yeah, and that's why you right, exactly, and that's why you get the idea. Like, I've never seen it look like that. You know, they've seen scenes and been like, how do I get that to look like that? I remember showing the hockey guys, and they were like, I know this movie inside and out, and it's never looked this good. You know, and it's like, or you'll go and like, even here, it's like, I'll show something here when I first put this into Larissa's house, and she's like, I've never seen this like this. Well, yeah, it's like, one, you're buying, you know, you might have a 65-inch television, but no offense, it was, you know, $190 on sale. You're not going to get the details that you can get with what I put in. Right. Yeah. So it's, you know, you can impress people, but people are more apt to have a display at home.
Yeah, and, I get you. I get you. I mean, in my experience in cinema, this iteration of Cinema George, the first thing people react to is the size of the screen.
Yep.
So they're like, whoa. And again, I've had a number of people say, is that a 100-inch screen? It's not. But they just go, whoa, okay.
But it's also your seating and how close you are. Like, you have theater seating. That's that's literally when you have a dedicated room like you have and I had, and we'll have, if you have a dedicated room with theater seats, that's literally the first thing. You walk in, and it's like, I know with my theater with the projector in the back, it's like the way you walked in the room, people would go in and go, what the hell? This is in a house? You haven't even turned anything on yet. Right. Exactly. And it was like, that's impressive enough. And then to your point, now you sit down and turn it on, and they're like, oh my God, you know, that's
the thing. But I hear what you're saying. I think there is a tendency perhaps to then lean towards, well, let me see if I can blow your socks off with the audio.
Right.
You know, listen to the, you know, but as I said, I might be missing the point of the question, but to me, we are lucky we can go with both. And so we can give them something they've never seen before, as well as something they've never heard before.
And let me satiate Brandon and say, no, seriously, because you and I are sitting here talking about a dedicated theater. You don't need it. As a matter of fact, if you have a theater, and I remember doing this in my living room, I'm sure John has done this in his, when you have a living room home theater experience and you're listening to the show, you have a legit home theater in your living room, people will walk in and they might not notice. I know even John has probably experienced this. They don't notice the speakers around them. Right? They just walked in the house, and there's John's kitchen. They notice a giant TV on the giant screen, 123, and they'll be like, oh my God, you got this. Then when you crank that bad boy up, and it's like, and I used to do it because I liked, even in my living room, I liked it discreet. Like, the speakers would be mounted, but the wires were hidden, and people wouldn't necessarily notice. They noticed the country decorations that Jen would have up, right? But they were in your couch and everything, and a coffee table. But then you'd crank it up, and now where's that bass coming from? Now that's why they turn their head. They're like, where did that come from? They didn't notice the sound, the speakers behind them. So it's like, you don't need a dedicated room to do that. And sometimes it's even more fun without the dedicated room, because they're sitting in a room that they didn't even notice all that stuff. They're just in a living room, and you're like, watch this scene. And you're like, the Star Cruiser's coming over your head, and you're like, what there's speakers on the ceiling in this house, what the hell? And it's like, that is so much fun.
It is. Yep. No, I agree. So yeah, no, it's all kinds of fun to do that. It really is. Anyway, DJ, looking at the time, we need to get moving. But that's Lee Cronin's The Mummy.
That was Lee Cronin's The Mummy. All right, you ready to get to our next? This is an in-theater experience, but yeah, here we go.
Okay, all right. So, do you want to introduce this one, Deej? Do you want me to do it? Up to you.
Yeah, you can do it.
Okay, all right. So, is it a bird? Is it a plane? It's apparently a bomb, which is a shame.
Yeah.
So this is all the reviews have been. So this is James Gunn's follow-up to Superman, Supergirl. And a good joke in there, by the way. Why isn't it Superwoman? Which I thought was quite a funny joke. Supergirl. With Millie Alcock in the titular role, and this is the second now of the new DCU, and designed to then give us a bridge to Man of Tomorrow, which is being filmed right now. Now I went into this, so in theaters. I saw it Thursday, and that was the culmination of a very hot week. That was every day was getting hotter and hotter and hotter. Thursday was the hottest day of them all, and by that day it was crazy. So the chance to go and see this, it's Crypto. So the chance to go and see this in an air conditioned, really decent theater for a couple of hours was very gratefully accepted. So I went along, got there early, more air conditioning. And I saw the film. Now I did go in with very limited expectations because I don't know a lot about the character. I did see the film in the 80s. I know I did. I never saw any of the CW stuff because I enjoyed it. I've seen none of those. I know Melissa Benoist is in it, and all my knowledge of it's come from Kevin Smith, because he was talking about it a lot. In fact, he directed a couple of them, didn't he? But I had never seen it, so I didn't know much about the character. Knew nothing about Lobo at all. Had never, other than Jason Momoa was in it. But I had lower expectations, and I thought I'll just see how it goes. If nothing else, a nice couple of hours in the aircon. And those expectations, I think, helped me because I really enjoyed it. I thought it was actually a perfectly acceptable, fun time at the movies. I enjoyed it. I thought the first 25 minutes, 30 minutes are anarchic, kind of, Kara cutting loose, wisecracking, having a lot of fun with Crypto. I thought the opening 25 minutes or so were great. And I was like, right, I'm here. Okay, I know who she is. I know what's going on. I am along for the ride, and I thoroughly enjoyed it. It's not great. It's not earth-shattering or Krypton-shattering, or Argo-shattering. But it was perfectly serviceable. It was enjoyable. I didn't dislike it at all, and I'm looking forward to it in 4K, and I'll get it the day it comes out. So if that's damning it with faint praise, maybe, but I did really enjoy it, and it was an easy watch. And it was a busy cinema, and most of the people around were laughing and seemed to be enjoying themselves. I didn't get the impression, no one walked out or anything like that. So the impression I got was the audience enjoyed it too. So thought it was good. What about you, Deej?
Same thing. I thought I went in with slightly higher expectations probably than you did, because I had seen some good reviews. Going into opening day, everybody was bashing it, and I'm like, and I didn't feed off of that at all. They tend to do that for one reason or another. You go in and really low, but so by the time I got to it, I think I saw it Sunday, and it was I thought it was a lot of fun. A lot of fun. Is it great? No, I actually thought the story was more. It's so simplistic. It's more like a TV show. It plays more like a TV show than it does.
Stakes are limited, aren't they?
Yeah, it's not. I mean, it's like it really is more, like I said, like a TV show. Like it's a simple premise, which kind of, and I've done this with John too. Like when John and I would do in chat, and we'd talk comics and stuff, and I would take something like this, and if this was anything other than a comic book movie, maybe I would be upset that it was so simplistic. But you could take this as like, it's just like another weekly edition, or bi-weekly edition of a comic book. Like here's what happened in the Supergirl story, and this is just one basic comic come to life on the big screen. It's really what it is. It's like that's how I look at it, and it was fun. It was, I mean, they Crypto, they get you with the heartstrings right there, and then the story unfolds from there. And I thought it's PG-13, rightfully so. I thought they just barely kept it at PG-13 and not R. I thought her mannerisms, the language, I thought was just that borderline enough to give you some. I mean, they're trying to create a character here of Supergirl that's flawed, and then in this simplistic story, they're trying to tell you why she's flawed, and she's okay with it, and it's like, let it go. And I think it's part of, like, it looked like to me, it seems like it's part of her growing up, and that's what she's trying to do, and she's good with that, and she's like, okay. And I thought they did good. They did a good job of the superpowers, taking them away, why she's doing what she's doing, how she can be, and really showing off the superpowers when they needed to be. I thought Lobo was. I wanted more.
Yeah, I think if there was a weak point of the film for me,
it's limited.
It's just Jason Momoa.
It was almost like, why did they put him there? I didn't, but that, again, and I hate to say, this is me bright-siding it, but it's like, I think it's legit. Like, that's what it would be like in a comic. The character would show up and you'd be like, oh my God, Lobo's in this one. And then I'd text John, like, did you get to page 12 yet? And it'd be like, and then they're gone. And that was it. And you're like, why were they there? I don't know, but they were there and they showed up. And that's kind of what happens. So, but yeah, story-wise, I thought a lot of fun. Home theater-wise, I told you, I thought it has a lot of potential. There were times in the theater I saw it on IMAX screen, Cinemark IMAX screen, and there were times where you could hear the stuff moving around the room. Great audio overhead, great audio behind you. There wasn't a lot of bass, but this theater doesn't really thump, very well. The projector in this theater was the black levels are tough. Like, I'd have to go back like 3 projectors to get the black it was really grayed out. Wasn't happy with it. And it's an IMAX screen. It's a big room, but I don't think they're running the best, either a Christie or a Barco projector that's hitting the black levels. So I'm really looking forward to that at home.
Yeah, mine was a Barco 4K laser projector and Atmos, and there were no issues that I saw with the black level. So it's definitely the projector, not the movie.
Well, it could, even this one, I could call them up and they'd be like, yeah, that's a Barco, but did they skimp out? And just like anything at home, it's like, if I tried to do, like, I have my Sony projector, I was running 110 inches and I got good black levels. I got decent enough brightness because the throw was it was designed for that room. If I took that same projector and tried to run it on a 150-inch screen from 18 feet away, it would be all washed out, right? Did they do that in this theater with a Barco? Like, it's a Barco laser projector, but it's not meant for. They were like, we'll save money here. People don't care. They just want the large screen. Well, yeah, but there you go. It's not bright enough, and the black levels are dropping, or being raised. Actually, it's not working. So I don't know, but it didn't. The bright scenes were fine, but any of the dark scenes, and there is a lot of darkness in this movie, and that was one of the critiques. because one of the things James Gunn was supposed to do when he came in was supposed to brighten up the DCU, right? Because it had been considered dark. You know, Snyder had done too much dark, and the MCU was bright and fun and this, and James Gunn was going to come in and brighten everything up. And now here we are with Supergirl, and it's like, you know, it felt like people were saying it. I never heard anybody say it was a step back, but the way I was reading it, it felt like a step back. But it's fine. I like the direction they went. I like the dark scenes. I want to experience them when I can see the detail.
Yeah, but the idea that it suits the character, though, doesn't it? She begins in darkness and then brought into the light. You know, it's a hopeful movie. It has she's on a trajectory. I mean, I thought they walked the line of that pretty well. You know, she is someone who is lost, who is suffering from child trauma. She is trying to find her place in the world, and she's going about it in the wrong way. And through Crypto and the other person that's in this as well, she finds her place and is guided by her cousin. And so I think it's interesting. And of course, they don't make it about love, and they don't make it about saving the universe. It's all focused on that character. And I didn't have a problem with that. I didn't bump into that at all. I thought it was good, and I thought she was very good. You know, genuinely thought she carried the character off well.
Yeah. I did too. I think what they're doing here, I mean, there's a case to be made, if we got into spoilers and stuff, that it's a very slow character development of the two of them. And it could be a nature nurture debate. Like, you know, like Clark and what, you know, how he was nurtured, the nature of these characters, what they're born with, where they are. And she wasn't nurtured like Clark was. Is that what we're getting at here? And there's a potential for all of that if you give these movies a shot and pay attention to that stuff. And then, you know, there's a lot of fun comic book stuff going on. And I mean, I think people are reading some ideals into stuff that it's really not necessary. There's so much to, you know, and you could do that with any comic book character at any time. And John and I have talked about that ad nauseum, you know, back with chat, and people are like, there they go. They're coming out with a female Thor. Yeah, that's been around for a long time in the comic books, whatever it is, right? It's not new. And people just, because they just heard about it, they think it's brand new. So.
No, it is better than people have given it credit for, and I would suggest. I mean, there was some skepticism in the chat, perfectly properly, you know, articulated as always, because you know our audience are sensible. So there is some reticence and some reluctance, but I would say to those, you know, give it a go. You don't have to go see it in theaters. Rent it, you know, see it when it comes out, and if you enjoyed Superman, the most recent version, then I think you'll find something to enjoy in this. And Corin Sweet, it's not a spoiler because he's in the trailer and everything else, he's in this quite a bit more than I expected him to be. And so it is you do get a fair bit of Superman, you know, in the Supergirl movie. So I was going to say in Supergirl, but that might sound dirtier than I meant it. So there is a fair bit, you know, he is in it quite a bit. And I think it's worth seeing. Even if you don't like it, it's worth at least giving it a go. If you like Superman, if you hate the DC, you know, universe of the characters, don't bother. If you hated Superman, don't bother. But if you like it, then there is definitely there is a through line into this, you know, and I do, you know, I would say to see it. Mikey's in the chat, just says wait until home on Supergirl for me, which again, you know, fair play, you know, no problem with that at all. But it's worth seeing. I would say if you like the first, you know, the Superman that we got, it's better than people mostly, I think, are giving it credit for. So
I think if you're skeptical about it or have any, I would say see it, you know, stream it in 4K with Atmos. And then if you like it, you know, grab the physical version.
That's fair enough.
Because I think, you know, what I experienced, the stream is going to be way better, right? I mean, the stream is better than most theaters, even the audio. You know, if you factor in the audio isn't as dynamic as the physical, but it's still better, in my opinion, than what you get in the theater. So, Yeah, if you're skeptical about it, wait for the stream, rent it, or wait till it comes out on. It'll end up on HBO Max eventually, because being a DC property, and then just if you can get 4K with the Atmos, turn down the lights and crank it and let it go.
Yeah,
So,
and I think people will enjoy it. Yeah, I agree. Yeah, fair play.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Right.
All right. Alrighty then. All right. What would you like to do?
Okay. Oh man, it's an embarrassment of riches, Deej. It really is.
Yeah.
All right, let's go back a bit then. If I can choose one now, then let's go back a bit. Can I have the one that's sort of orangey? It's got a ship on its side on the or an aircraft carrier on its side in the picture.
Oh,
it's an Arrow release, white writing. Our friend Kurt Russell.
Oh,
won't call him Minnie Mouse.
All right, let me.
You and I have never talked about this film, so I'm curious to see what you make of this.
No, I don't think I've seen it.
You must have done. You are bound to have seen this, Deej. There is no substitute.
Yeah, I probably have. I don't remember it though.
Let's see if I can remind you then.
Yeah. All right. Let's see. This is the one.
Okay.
Right?
Yes. Now, with apologies before I begin to Jordan, because Jordan and I DM quite a bit, and he told me this is coming out, and I said to him then, I'm not going to get that because it was rubbish when I saw it back in the day, and there's no way I'm getting that. And then, as my mind is wants to do, after a couple of days, I'm thinking, yeah, I probably could give that another go. So I did go and buy it and didn't tell him. So, apologies, Jordan. You were right. I was wrong. So anyway, moving on quickly. So those that are listening, is Soldier, the 1998 Kurt Russell, Paul W.S. Anderson movie. It is Paul W.S. Anderson, isn't it?
Yeah.
Kurt Russell movie set in the Blade Runner universe. So written by David Webb Peoples, who wrote Blade Runner, and this is set in that same universe. And in fact, there are a number of references to things that are mentioned in Blade Runner. Yeah, Jordan, you planted the seed, mate. What can I say? Since I knew you'd get it eventually. I know. I couldn't help myself. So story goes, we have a breed of genetically engineered super soldiers who are human, and they perform their tasks very well, but very quickly they are superseded by a new generation of soldiers who may or may not be replicants, of course, because we know about Blade Runner. And so these new super soldiers quickly make the others obsolete. Super duper. Yeah, absolutely. They are super ultra super duper soldier. And so what happens is Kurt Russell is one of the older models, older units, and he is dumped on a planet literally like rubbish and is just thrown out in the garbage. And he then is an outcast, and the film is him finding his place in the world. I mean, it's really on the nose, but that's what it is. And wouldn't you know it, just as he's relaxing into his new home, these super duper ultra nasty soldiers come looking for trouble, and he's got to try and face off against them. So you're bound to have seen it, Deej. You honestly, I'll be amazed if you haven't seen it.
I'd have to see it to say, because I mean, the
storyline.
It's like no, I mean to like, oh yeah, I know, you know what I mean? Like, you can hear about a movie, like, have you seen this? But until you sit down and watch it, where you go, oh yeah, I know what's going to happen next. I know
you would have seen it. You would have done it.
Yeah.
And in '98, you're hoovering up all the movies. Then this was
yeah.
One. So So when I saw this in '98, I thought it was terrible, like really rubbish. And I really like Kurt Russell, and and Paul W.S. Anderson. Bear in mind, the year before had given us one of my favorite films, which is Event Horizon. I was ready for this, was really looking forward to this, and it was poor. And I remember seeing, just thinking, it's just not what I wanted. It's just weird and crap, and it's really just not good. And I never really got on board with it, and I promptly then just forgot about it. I think I might have bought the DVD, maybe, But if I did, I only saw it one more time and then nothing since. Certainly never owned it on Blu-ray if it ever came out on Blu-ray. So now we get this. Now, this is the Arrow release. All right, 4K, UHD, DTS HD Master Audio 5.1, original camera negative, remaster, director approved. You know, they've spent some time on it. And this, Deej, is another example, as if we needed it, of a home theater audio and video greatly enhancing a movie.
Yeah.
So I mean, I bought it again, having told Deej I wasn't going to, having told Jordan I was not going to do it. I bought it fully expecting when I put it on to then not really enjoy it and never mention it again. To just go up in the attic. That'll be it. And it went on. And as soon as it starts, I'm thinking, wow, okay. Look at the detail, look at the rippling muscles, look at the beads of sweat, look at the colors of the flesh tones and the green of the army uniforms, the blue of the backgrounds, the sharpness of the follicles of hair, because Kurt Russell's got a ridiculous crew cut in this. He looks like Dolph Lundgren in Rocky IV. He's got ludicrous hair, and I was just like, oh, okay, looks great. And then, because in the movie there's lots of storms, again, Carl Ellsworth, including sandstorms, by the way, which again, this is only DTS HD, but upmixed to Neural X, go right around the room, brings the room alive. There's suddenly this world, which was always a bit fake in '98, suddenly has come into your room, or your room has come into that world, either way.
Right.
And immediately, all these problems I had with it before start to fade away, because I'm thinking, I really like how this looks. I really like how this sounds. I'm along for the ride. And I found myself enjoying it. And at the end of it, I thought, do you know what? That was a decent movie. Is it great? No. Is it going to change my world view? No. Did I enjoy the time that this was running? Yes. And it's never looked or sounded even close to this before. And again, I say it every time with Arrow. Some of their movies are better than others video-wise. But this looks fantastic for this movie. It's way better than the DVD, way better than the theater from what I remember. I had a really good time with this. So anyone that has seen it, thinks it's quite good, or perhaps even like me, just dismissed it, may be worth a revisit. And DJ, I mean, I don't know if it's on Kaleidoscape, buddy. I don't know if they've.
It is in HD though, not the.
Oh,
not the
yeah. We'll wait for the 4K.
I'll wait for the 4K to drop on Kaleidoscope. So I'm sure Arrow will drop it.
I'd be really interested to know what you think of it, DJ. If you've never seen it, then it'll just be interesting in and of itself. But if you have seen it, and I'd be 90% sure that you have. I get that you would have put it from your memory. It was that kind of movie. But seeing it like this, I think will give you a new appreciation for it. It definitely did to me. I was really pleasantly surprised. So well done, Jordan. Good pressure.
Nice.
This is great. Yeah, really recommend.
Yeah. All right. Cool. Yeah. I'll. I don't know if I'd buy it though on a disc. I'll wait for the.
Wait for
Arrow does. Just
Mm-hmm.
end up on Kaleidoscape, but.
Right. Because it won't be a cheap disc either. So I think don't fall over yourself to get it. But if you get a chance and it drops at the right price, go see it and let me know what you think.
All righty. All right. Where did that one go? Oh, there it is. There it is. All right. I have one from a few weeks ago.
Ooh, yeah.
I'm
curious about this because this is not dropped here yet.
Yeah. So
we're looking for it.
All right. Well, let me pull it up for the people watching and listening at wherever they are. So there we go. What'd I do?
You're still there? It's all good?
Okay. Am I there? Yeah. Why did it?
Yeah,
it sounded like it muted me. All right. So this is In the Gray. In the Gray, which is a Guy Ritchie movie with Jake Gyllenhaal, Henry Cavill, and Isa Gonzalez. And she's not in the poster. She's not in the but she is actually like the lead. Like the story is centric around her. Mm-hmm. And basically what it is like these two, like they're like the muscle. Okay. So like Jake Gyllenhaal and Henry Cavill's characters are the muscle that deals with what she takes care of. She has a special set of skills. Okay.
Skills.
Yeah.
She has great skills.
I'll be interested to see what you think of this, because there is some globe trotting in this movie, and I have a feeling you'll be like, "Hey, and that is a Guy Ritchie thing. He's going to shoot it in Spain and tell you they're in South Africa or something, right?"
Clearly got a house there.
Yeah, it's a big backyard, and he shoots everything.
Backs onto mine.
But yeah, the story is super simple. It's kind of, I want to say, a little ridiculous at times. It's very formulaic, very you can see, what's going to happen. They literally, like, they plan it out. They tell you what's going to happen. This is what's going to happen. There is some fun stuff that you're like, there's so much planning at the end. You're like, oh yeah, they were doing that too. That's a good thing they prepped for that. So there's a little bit of that. I wasn't blown away by it by any stretch of the imagination. I kind of felt like this is like Guy Ritchie's shot at like a home theater experience. And it's not an Atmos, but there were times I thought it was. It's DTS Master Audio on, at least on Kaleidoscape anyways. It's, 4K Dolby Vision with DTS Master Audio 5.1 up mixed. And I thought it was entertaining. Not for a second was I disappointed that I watched the movie, but at any time was I like, oh my God, this is up there. I can't wait to talk about this. Or because literally, how long has this been in the queue, Steve? Like weeks.
Yeah. Well, yeah.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
And wasn't dying to tell everybody about it. But I will be interested to see what you think of it, because, I feel like, in my opinion, I feel like you're not going to like it.
Really?
I don't know. Yeah, because I enjoyed it. I had fun with it, but it is like, what is going on here? It's like, and I'm like, and I enjoyed it. So I feel like you'll be like, it was a little bit, formulaic.
I really like Guy Ritchie. I absolutely
too.
love Cavill when he's working with Guy Ritchie.
Yep.
I was just thinking back then, when
Jake
you think of The Man
Gyllenhaal.
from Uncle,
When
you think of The Man from Uncle, you think of the Ministry of Ungentlemanly Warfare, which I loved. Cavill's never been better than in that. So he works well with Guy Ritchie.
Covenant.
Yeah, well, yeah. Was he in that? Was Cavill in the Covenant?
No, but Gyllenhaal was.
Oh yeah, okay, yeah. So so these two together. I'm looking forward to it. When you put it up, I went looking for it, and as Jordan says in the chat, it's not been released in the UK. It's not streaming. It's not come out yet. It'll hit Prime, I'm thinking, because that's what happened with some of the others. But it's based on a book. I just typed it into Amazon then just to see. This is what I was looking at, and it's based on a book. There's a paperback and a hardcover book. Yeah. So yeah, no, I'm looking forward to it. I'm hoping it's going to be good. Most of his movies I really like. The Covenant was just a particular problem because of its, I couldn't get my head around the locations. It just didn't fit for me. Yeah. That's my personal issues with the locations. Yeah.
Most that one there, I had for home theater experience of the year. I had listed that. Really I loved what he did with that. And this one here it doesn't rise to that level. It's got some good action scenes, really good action scenes. It's well shot, as a Guy Ritchie movie is. It's fun. I just didn't feel like it was it. Again, we take in so much stuff. It's getting harder to impress us, and I feel like that's where this one falls in. It's like the Ministry of Ungentlemanly Warfare was. I felt like it's along the lines of that, and that's based on a true story, right?
But loosely, yes.
Yeah. But the loosely part, it was the reason that was entertaining. It was the what's his name in that that did it, Alan Ritchson.
Alan Ritchson,
right? Alan Ritchson, however you say that. It's the dynamic between them and the sarcasm and like the comic relief. And there was there was quite a bit of that in The Gray, but it just wasn't I didn't feel like it was as much as in Gentlemanly Warfare.
Okay,
You know?
that's
So, but it's good. It's like the buddy cop thing, or like, I will do it my way, do it your way, or whatever. And it's like you had a little bit of that, but yeah, it's more what was interesting to me, and what I found in you'd hear people talking about it. It's the trailer, the posters, the advertising, everything is about Jake and Henry, right? But then the movie starts and it's really all about Isa there, Gonzalez.
Yeah,
and
so that's a bit naughty in this day and age, isn't it? It's
like, why
misogynistic.
didn't they make her the lead? Right? Because she kind of is. It's the story. It's like she's the brains. She's the brains. They're the brawn. She's doing everything, which I liked. I mean, I loved how she managed everything, and it was like, but then they're like literally the muscle taking care of like kicking butt, right? And it was like, you know, she points, you know, she says jump, they say how high, and that's basically what it was. So and it's that I found entertaining, and an action movie, so it was fun, but yeah, it's just it wasn't, you know, I wanted a little bit more is what it is.
Okay,
is what it was.
It's
so.
lesser Richie then, is it?
Yeah, I would say they can't all be, you know.
Yeah, well, yeah, well, quite well. He seems to be making a career out of these kind of mid-level action movies with ensemble cast, people that he's worked with before. You know, he hasn't done a AAA action movie, it seems, for a while. These are kind of mid-budget, streamer-friendly, you know, fair.
But has he ever done like a AAA? His movies are either like
Sherlock Holmes. One of those, Robert Downey Jr.
Yeah,
those were really AAA blockbusters, but they are few and far between. He's not, you know, he was in movie jail for a while after he did the movie with Madonna, wasn't it? Which just fizzled and died. So he was in movie jail for a little while because he was married to Madonna, of course, for a while. And I can't remember what the name of the film was. And then the Sherlock Holmes were him at his zenith. Yeah. And then he's kind of come back to, you know, Operation Fortune, Rue de Guerre, you know, again, Man from U.N.C.L.E., the Wrath movie, you know, with Jason Statham, the bank robbery one.
Yeah, Wrath of Man.
Wrath of Man, that's it. Yeah,
Wrath of
and these
Man.
are all kind of mid-level, mid-budget, you know, middle of the road, streamer-friendly movies. Yeah. He seems to have stepped away from, be it voluntarily or involuntarily, your AAA blockbusters. And there's talk every now and then about there's going to be a Sherlock Holmes 3, but it never seems to come to. I mean, they can never seem to get.
His movies are always. His movies are always entertaining. Some are more shallow, I should say, than others.
Yeah, but glossy. Superficial.
Yes, exactly. It's like, but then like, and that's what I think. Like the Covenant, I felt like was a deeper one than some of the others, and that's what I liked. And then the way he utilized, you know, the audio and stuff like that is what really grabbed me with that one. But then,
do you think he should have gone a bit further and given them all sombreros, really, and donkeys? It would have just been more realistic.
Oh God.
Paella and tacos.
Have a taco stand in the background.
And you're in Afghanistan, and everyone's called Senor.
You're so brutal with that.
No,
you have your location and accents. Those are your two.
Yeah, but that one in particular,
Ben Kingsley's accent just wasn't right for the space character that he was.
Oh, man, don't remind me.
Light years away. He wasn't Kiwi enough in space.
He knew it was crap. That's why he put the Maori tattoos on his face, so you'd know where he was supposed to be from.
I don't think he came in and said, I can't do a Kiwi accent, so I'm putting this crap on my face. I think his character was an alien.
But he had Maori tattoos. He had literal Maori tattoos on half his face.
But you're allowed to do that in other parts of the universe.
The galaxy.
Yeah, and it might not necessarily have. I mean, what are the odds? He has a face and tattoos. And what are the odds it matches something we did
Polynesian Maori tattoos. You're talking to a Kiwi here, and they're very important for a Maori.
I know.
They're very specific. And I think he had those because he couldn't do the accent. So no one would know he was supposed to be from New Zealand. So he has to have the Maori tattoos. Or, well, chicken or
he was from New Zealand. He was an alien.
No. He was supposed to be a Kiwi. He clearly was. But I will grant you.
In space.
Which came first? Did he have the Maori tattoos that he was like, well, look, if I've got those, I'm going to have to do a Kiwi accent? That I don't know. Or was he trying to do the Kiwi accent? And was like, look, I'm struggling here. Give me the tattoo so everybody knows that's what I'm going for.
Yeah.
That I don't know. But I mean, dude, Ender's Game. Yeah, Ender's Game, wasn't it? Terrible.
Yeah, that was Ender's Game. Yeah.
But the problem with the Covenant being smacked again, I recognized it instantly. And again, I do maintain he could have filmed it in my back garden and it couldn't have been any more recognizable to me. And you can't film something in my back garden and say, now you're in Japan, because I know I'm not. It's my back garden. That's the problem with the Covenant for me.
And
But
you
it's only
can't,
me.
yeah,
I
you
just
can't, you just
can't get beyond it. There's no disbelief.
right. You can't,
suspension of-
it's suspension of belief. Yeah.
Yeah, it's just gone.
Suspension of disbelief. Yeah.
Disbelief. Yeah, exactly. Because I can't, it's,
Yeah.
as I said, I might as well have had my car parked outside, on camera. It would have been, just as, difficult to convince me of Afghanistan.
You're funny.
I've never
The whole
forgotten it.
movie ruined over that. And the movie
I
is
know.
so much more than the location that they shot the scene.
And yet the beekeeper,
No,
why
it
was
wasn't-
that ruined for you?
it had nothing. It could have been
I know,
anywhere in the world. They could have been in it had nothing to do with the fact that it was here
know.
in my backyard. It was the fact that it was like it could have been in LA, right? They
Yeah.
could have shot that in LA and been like, even that might have been more realistic because so much happens in LA, right? But they could have been like in like Chicago, Illinois area, right? And they'd be like, and it's this worldwide thing. And he's like, yeah, I'm going to go down the street and take care of this. What? like, please put him on a plane at least. That's the part I didn't like. It had nothing to do with the fact that it all took place in Massachusetts. The fact that it all took place within driving distance was the problem. It's like, he went to like these cyber thieves and cyber terrorists are terrorizing the world, and they terrorized his whatever mother, whatever it was, the beekeeper, and he's like, I'm gonna take care of this. And he's like, all right, get out. They're right there. Like, what are the like?
One panning shot. It's just like the train
Right.
across the road.
Yeah, like he pulls out his binoculars and goes, there they are. Like,
Yeah.
but that was like Moonfall. That to me was like, it had nothing to do with the Massachusetts part. It's just that it's like, of the entire globe, these people happen to be like down the street
Right there. Yeah,
Yeah.
man. No, dude.
But yeah,
no, I like I said, I that's my problem with the Covenant. I can't switch off from that. It's not. I never thought they were in Afghanistan because I knew they weren't. And
so
it's
I'll be
like,
interested to see because they do a lot here, and there is there's some desert stuff, and they're like little John Wickian in that it's like she's in a desert, and they're like, of course they find her, but it's like you'll see that scene and be like, okay, where is this in the world? Where did they shoot that? And you'll be, I mean, I was entertained, but at the same time, I was like, oh, okay.
There's desert stuff and Mediterranean stuff in Ministry of Ungentlemanly Warfare, but that was all in Turkey. So that was fine. It's like, okay, where you say where that is, I'm fine. But when you shoot it in my ex-back garden, I can't let it go. Which is, again, it's my fault. It's not Guy Ritchie's fault. Nothing's ever really shot on location where something's
in the
supposed to
real,
happen.
but
Yeah, especially a war zone.
All the Afghanistan war movies they have, I don't think are shot in Afghanistan. None of them.
True.
It's like
True. Yeah. Well, indeed. And
Unless
I'm pretty
it's a
sure Star Wars
documentary.
wasn't shot, in the Outer Rim.
Tatooine.
But yeah, exactly that. Yeah. So I get that, but it's just how they frame that in particular. And also, I think you can see Spanish houses in the background of a number of those.
But
shots,
isn't that
which, again,
at the same time though, Steve? Isn't that fun when so like Star Wars, for instance, is a place that like people have seen that movie, and now I know like when Joe got married, we went from the airport to Moab to where he got married, and like most of the people traveling, like, where are you right now? Tatooine, because you're driving through an area that's like that. Did they shoot this here? Because it looks like, and when it is fun when you see a place like that in a movie, and then all of a sudden you're lucky enough to come upon it in real life. That's fun for you. Like you said, it is kind of hard to know, like to already know it, and it takes you out of the movie. Like if you live in that place where they shot Tatooine, you're like, that's not Tatooine. That's like
Yeah.
right there. I'm out of it, and it does kind of
Yeah.
take you out of it. So
And that was always the issue with, and again, this was before I knew where it was filmed. As soon as I saw it, it was like, that's Spain. I know where that is in terms of, I think
Yeah.
I even knew literally geographically where it was filmed, not just in Spain. I know
Right.
where that is.
the address.
Well, it's the same with the Last Crusade. The beach with where he pops the umbrella up and then it makes the birds fly. That scene there, that was shot in Almeria in Spain. And again, I know where that is too. So when I see that, I'm taken out of that part of the film. I love the movie, but I'm taken out of that. Again, I know exactly where that beach is. I've walked on that beach. So that's but there it is. There it is. Never mind. We've been through this.
Yeah, that's all right.
But I will see this. I did go looking for it when you put it up because I thought, maybe it's streaming somewhere. But
I was excited to see it. Like when it dropped on Kaleidoscope, I was like, oh yeah, because I'd heard about it. I'd seen the trailers and stuff. And I was like, it looks like a fun action movie. Just know going in that it is a fun action movie, but it's not what you think. It is, it's not just them two doing their thing. It's like there's way more to it. And it's I have seen people be disappointed in that. I wasn't, but it's
I'm looking forward to it. I'm genuine. I'm hoping it'll turn up on Amazon sooner rather than later, and I'll give it a go. Okay,
nice.
Yeah, cool.
All righty, let me pull that down. There we go. All righty, that will do it. I will be back Thursday. I think Thursday 4 p.m. 4 p.m. Eastern time back on YouTube. I am hosting Andre from Kaleidoscape. And we're going to, go over the new K, and I want to talk to him about, as I said before, like last week, what I'm excited about with it is like the future, and talk to him about like how long has this been in the plans from their perspective, see what he says, but also like get their perspective, get Andre's perspective, who's like, head of tech and everything over there. So, what they think, he was part of the panel, but where they think like the future of home theater is going, and like how we're getting away from resolution and more into bit rate and just, the larger file sizes, and I think that's going to be an interesting part of home theater going forward, where we're like, this disc has this many gigabytes on it. Right. And that's going to be, I think, and then because you can't see bit rate until you put the disc in. But if they start selling stuff and, if discs go in this direction and they come out with a larger disc file, or it's, maybe 2 discs or whatever, other people are going to start doing it, because there is a noticeable difference. Believe it or not, there is a noticeable difference. Just like, as we said before, we were talking last week, 2K to 4K isn't as noticeable unless you add in the HDR, right? When you take away the HDR, it's almost imperceivable to say the 2K to 4K. So this is the new thing. I think they got, to be honest, and maybe it's something I'll see if Andre comes up with something. They need a catchier name, right? 4K HDR, we could say that. But how do we go to like higher bit rate? It's like, we already use super bit, so where do we go from there? They need a catchy, name for it.
A bit better.
A bit, yeah. That's not a big seller, because that's where everybody goes. Oh, it's just a bit better.
Quite a bit better.
Quite a bit better, yeah. So a QBB, I'm getting a QBB 4K, 4K QBB.
I'm patenting that.
Yeah, there we go. You do that, I'm going to patent it. All right. Yeah. That's it this week. So I will be back 4 p.m. on YouTube live for about an hour with Andre. So check that out. Be, paying attention to the comments, see what we can do. And that will also go out if you're listening to the audio only of this, that will go out as the Takeover Tuesday for next week as well. So if you didn't catch the YouTube, you can catch the audio only next Tuesday. Or if you want to help out the show, you can just click on all, so we get the downloads and the views and stuff like that. Because I don't know why, because I'm telling the advertisers, I don't care. Just let me know what you thought. We don't say that a lot here, but all right, let's get Steve to bed. He's had a long day. And it wasn't made any shorter by me keeping him up late last night. So don't want to do the same to him now. So thank you to everybody in the chat. Thanks to all the patrons. Appreciate everything. Patreon.com /Brightside Home Theater to support the chat. Links are in the show notes. Till next time, you know what you got to do.
Go push play.
What he said.
That's right. Oh, that's not right. There's the button. There it is. Okay.
Hey, Fred.
This has been a Hey Fred production with theme music by Jeff Bernhardt and Throne Vault Productions.